Hello, everybody. Woohoo! We're in the freaking bus. We're ready to talk about this album coming out tonight. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Thanks, everybody, for joining digitally. Let's do a quick Q&A if anybody has any, and then I can play all the unreleased songs in order, so you can hear them from my phone speaker before they're out in the world. It's the best I can think of doing this way. But yeah, fire some questions at me. I'm gonna keep up with the chat over here. It's starting to catch up speed. Let's go. Stop. Okay. Let's see. Favorite song you recorded for the album? Let's see. I recorded the whole thing myself again. So the whole record was produced and recorded by myself in my home studio in Austin. So that was really fun. And I co-mixed it. I finished the album and I wanted to really polish it off. And I had to finish it fast. So I went and co-mixed it with Rich Costi, who worked on one of my favorite records, Modern Vampires of the City, Vampire Weekend, and did a bunch of, amazing albums. Super talented guy. So that was fun to collaborate with him. But other than that, made the album myself. And my favorite song to make was probably Second Nature. Yeah, that was like a really fun song. And I really, with this whole record, I tried to give myself no rules. I wanted to have as much fun as possible, make the most imaginative album as possible, and make it feel like when you listen to it, it's meant to be played live. Because that was the goal. And that was context that I had going into this record that I didn't have with Harmony House and Fuzzy Brain. I didn't really know what it would be like to play those songs live a lot, where recently I've gotten to play a lot of shows, and that set the scene for People in Motion. Yeah. Okay. I want to resume the chat. Thanks, everybody, for being here. This is so exciting. Boom. All three of your albums, Annie Cat said this, all three of your albums sound very different. Is this on purpose, or did it just happen? And if it was on purpose, would you be okay with having two albums that sound similar? So this is definitely on purpose. I think I've always respected artists who allow themselves to grow and change, do whatever they want to do. And so I want every album that I make to feel like its own world. So nothing in my mind on Harmony House could have fit on Fuzzy Brain, and vice versa. And so I think the same goes with People in Motion. I think, yeah, this album definitely has its own sound where it's still Dayglow through and through. And I didn't work with anybody else. It's still just me in a studio. So there's no outside influence or anything. But yeah, I love when albums can feel like their own world. And this is a world I'm very excited to bring you into. So let's see. We can start listening to some tracks, and I'll try to patiently just sit through them. I'm going to open Dropbox, okay? This is what I've been listening to for quite some time. Okay. Let's find it. People in Motion Masters. Just so you know how great of an internet experience this is for me. Right now I'm in our bus, and we're live streaming me on this TV. There's Nori sitting on the couch. We've got Colin over there, and he's wait, where did I? There's another TV live streaming on the bus. Oh, this is probably gonna work. Yes! Wow, that is confusing. Okay, we're making it happen. We're making it work. All right, first track on the record is Second Nature. That one's already out. Hopefully you've heard it already. So we're going to start with Radio, the second song in the album. Kaboom. Yeah. Wow. I understand that the audio quality is bad, people. I'm working with what I've got here. I tried to locate a portable speaker before this happened and had no luck. You will be able to stream it in whatever format you would like in a matter of minutes. I just thought it'd be fun to play it together. Okay. That's Radio's preview. How about that? It almost is making me cringe like nothing else. As a producer, imagining the first time you're hearing these songs, it sounds that bad. So we're just gonna fly through it. How about that? That song is called Radio. The way that I tell this story is kind of like it's kind of like the alternate to the song "Video Killed the Radio Star," and it's speaking backwards and feeling nostalgic for a time before you had absolute control over like everything that you listen to, because there's so much music that we're exposed to, and it goes even beyond music. You know, like we have so much overexposure to stuff, and it's nostalgic for a time where that wasn't the case, like before Pandora's box was opened. And yeah, which the album art kind of represents that as well. And the album is called People in Motion, and I say People in Motion on the song Radio, so it's pretty symbolic. It's one of my favorite songs on the record. Probably going to say that about all of them. But anyways, we can keep moving on. So after Radio, we've got a song called Then It All Goes Away. Hopefully you're familiar with that one so far. Another fun song that I just wanted to make for live performance. I think it's just a Dayglow song that feels like it's always existed. On to Deep End, which is kind of like Second Nature's brother in a way, which is really fun that you guys have noticed that. It's like a similar chord progression, but a very different exploration of it. And yeah, it's just a song that I made when I sat in the studio and was like having fun. I wasn't trying to do anything. I had just gotten this vintage synth, and it's called the Oberheim Matrix 6. And I was just having fun and not giving myself any rules. And I like accidentally made Deep End. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make an album that I want to make. And, you know, hopefully most people are going to be along for the ride on that. And it became this whole big album, which is so fun. That's the story of Deep End. Then It All Goes Away. Next song is called Stops Making Sense. So for you Talking Heads fans out there, that's kind of a homage to the film Stop Making Sense. Talking Heads live performance. It's one of my favorites. Really fun song. Here we go. some of your comments are great. Deep fryer type beats. True. I can imagine. The way I see this song in context of the record is kind of like the fair game of this album. Yeah, it's for people who love fair game, and it kind of like fits in that space. Yes, and then we keep going. There's a car horn solo, kind of. A weird little noise thing. Let me find it. Where the song stops making sense. It's probably not gonna translate me playing it in this way. Anyways, that one's called Stop Making Sense. So maybe I'll answer a couple questions. We're kind of halfway through. I'm seeing someone just excessively say Awaka cheese. That's how you say that, right? Not sure what you want by typing that, but I'm seeing it. Okay, I'm going to stop the thing right there. Can you help me with my science homework? Short answer, no. I can't. There's nothing I could do, unfortunately. Let's see. How do you feel when you know that people are jamming to your music? That's a great question. It feels really weird to know that I'm sharing this album. It does not translate at all in my brain. I've lived with it for quite some time, and I love making music, and I love that you guys love my music. It's really nice. I don't know. It's like just weird. It's really weird that I get to share music in this capacity. I mean, with all of you guys flying through the chat room and stuff, like, what is this all about? It's crazy. But I love it. I'm so glad you're all here, and it means the world to me, and I do not want to take it for granted at all. It's so fun, and I can't wait for this tour for all of you who are coming to a show. It is going to be by far the best way to see this album in context. It is made for this record, the show, and lots of old songs as well, obviously. It's a huge, fun set that you will not regret getting those tickets to. That is my plug. Okay. Let's see. Someone asked, or say sales asked, what helps you get out of a creative rut? So for me lately, I've been really hyper-focused on the exact opposite. I cannot stop making music, and I can't stop working. It's become very like a streamlined process for me, and I'm writing stuff fast. And as amazing as that might sound, I'm like a total workaholic, and I can't rest ever. So that's something I've been trying to figure out, is like how to get in a rut. But if I'm in a creative rut, I just take a walk outside or something, or learn. I think the best way to do any art is like learn, like study, watch somebody else play a show on YouTube, or listen to an album, and I mean, yeah, just look at details, and you'll find all the stuff going on. Okay, let's see. Track number 6 on the record is called How Do You Know? This is a very fun new wave, like synth driven song as well. It's one of the first songs that I wrote that was like lyrics first, almost. Like I knew I wanted to write a song called How Do You Know and explore this concept of like, how do you know anything at all? And make it like a fun pop song, because that's funny to try to do, make that juxtaposition. So here's How Do You Know. A wok of cheese. That's how you say that, right? A wok of It's a fun one. For all of you drummers out there, we've got a lot of rototoms on this album, which was fun. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is so weird to do, like to listen to these songs and try to like explain it, because it feels like the most natural thing I've made so far. And it feels like just totally me. And I've totally found like the sound that I can explore and I feel really comfortable doing, and it feels right. Like I feel like I'm in a really confident place as a musician and an artist and a person. And so it's weird. It doesn't even feel like I'm like releasing an album tonight, which is so weird, because like this is my favorite album. It's a weird feeling for sure. It's just like a brand new start almost. Can't believe it. Okay. We're going to keep trucking along, guys. And shortly, you'll be able to listen to this album in much better fidelity. But for now, I'm doing the best I can. This is my version of a album release party. Fully digital, baby. Internet is king. Okay. So I'm seeing this sort of debate happen, it seems, in the chat room. I'm seeing cheese and I'm seeing trees. Stuff like that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but keep doing your thing. And I hope one of you wins. Okay. Track number 7 is called Someone Else. This is one of my favorites. And it's also ironic. So there's a band that I love called Sure, and they also just released another album, which is great. But their drummer, his name is Kevin. We were messaging each other and sending each other fun little demos and stuff over pandemic times, just like whatever, just farting around. And the drums in Someone Else are like this loop that I spliced up of his drums. So it's kind of like the first instance where someone else is on a Dayglow song, and it's called Someone Else. I'll play it. And it's a song about feeling like you're someone else every single day. You can't shake it. It's one of those songs. So kind of like a, I'm trying not to give away like all the secrets on this album like in one moment, but you guys are all here and we're live streaming. So, anyways, there's this for all you synth nerds out there. There's this type of synth called a Eurorack synth, where essentially you build your own synth with these things called modules. And you make each thing like communicate to each other to form your own sound. Best way I could explain it. And during this record, I got pretty into like modular Eurorack stuff. And in the same way that Harmony House had this reoccurring melody on People in Motion, there's this sound that I made that's like a rhythmic heartbeat almost. That symbolize like People in Motion to me. And so every song has it for the most part underneath, just like building that momentum and keeping the song going. It sounds like a lot of different things in some songs, but in someone else, it's like really prevalent. So you can kind of hear it in there. Anyways. You know what, guys? I think maybe I'll just do a Q&A for the rest of this, so we can. I just want you guys to hear this album in high fidelity. It's coming out soon, so you can experience